Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News for Monday, June 8. I'm Aliyah Bryant. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
Opposition demands answers over withdrawal of FSC funds. JTA furious over stalled wage negotiations. And later in sports, third ODI between West Indies and Sri Lanka at Sabina Park in danger due to rain.
Thank you for joining us. Now the details. We begin this afternoon with news from the Met Service. A trough and low-level jet stream are expected to linger across the region for the next few days. Additionally, 2 tropical waves are projected to move across the island on Monday and Tuesday, respectively. Expect cloudy conditions to persist with periods of showers and thunderstorms, as well as windy conditions mainly in the afternoons during this time. Opposition spokesman on finance Julian Robinson is demanding answers from the finance minister over the decision to withdraw $500 million from the Financial Services Commission (FSC), which he says has caused significant deterioration in the Commission's financial position. At last Thursday's sitting of the Senate's Regulations Committee, the FSC disclosed that it transferred $500 million from its reserves to the government.
These increased fees will simply be passed on by the insurance companies to the end consumer, who will be burdened with higher premiums to insure their homes and their cars. These increased costs come at a time when consumers are burdened with weekly gas price increases and have seen the cost of food increase due to the government's own tax package. The minister must explain this decision, which has resulted in a deterioration in the FSC's financial position while imposing more costs on the Jamaican consumer.
We don't have any more time. Words of President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Mark Malabva, as he voiced deep frustration over the slow pace of negotiations affecting teachers across the island amid high inflation rates. Frustration now at 100 degrees Celsius, boiling point. That's the temperature of the discontent being expressed by President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Mark Malabva, who says educators have reached their limit with the slow pace of salary negotiations. Teachers have been recognized for the critical role they play in shaping the nation's future, often going beyond their official duties to ensure students have what they need to succeed. However, educators say they are not receiving the same level of commitment from the government when it comes to their own welfare. Now speaking at a recent meeting, Mr. Malabva says the union's latest claim submitted to the government was met with great opposition.
One of the key items that we submitted was in keeping with the Ernst & Young report. That report recommended that the teachers be treated in a particular way. We have said to them that the trained graduates constitutes the base of the education system. 17,135 trained graduates in the system. And the last time around, the teachers were not treated in the way that they should have been treated. And we said that this time around, it can't be so.
And following extensive deliberations, he said the government's response was that it needed a little bit more time.
Unfortunately, nothing is forthcoming on that particular item, and other items, including graduate allowance, as well as remote inducement allowance. Hear me now. We don't have no more time. And we don't have any more time because tax fare down to 16%. We don't have no more time because gas price is going sky high. We don't have no more time because when you walk inside the supermarket, when you used to spend $20,000 to get something, it's now down to $35,000. We don't have no more time.
Now, in the second year of the proposed 3-year wage agreement, teachers say the effects of inflation continue to outpace their earnings, placing additional pressure on the profession.
The reality is, I am no longer in a position as president to ask the teachers to show any further restraint at this point in time.
The JTA president is urging the government to move the process forward, warning that prolonged delays risk further damaging morale within the profession. As artificial intelligence continues to reshape classrooms around the world, Jamaica is taking steps to ensure teachers are prepared. They recently completed training under a new program in partnership with several stakeholders. Jamaica is building a new generation of STEAM educators as part of a 3-year program designed to prepare students for the future world of work. 120 lead teachers recently completed a 2-day training workshop in Manchester where they explored topics including artificial intelligence, computational thinking, and innovative teaching methods. Program manager at the British Council, Cadian Richards-Bailey, says the initiative uses a cascade model where trained teachers return to their schools to share their knowledge with colleagues, helping to create a nationwide network of STEAM educators.
We start with consultants, so what we call master trainers. These are teachers who have been trained by our consultants. As master trainers, they've been given rigorous training, and then they cascade to lead teachers, or lead teachers are then expected to go into schools and cascade to their peers at school as well as through their QECs. And that lends itself for us to reach more teachers over time.
The training also introduced teachers to the microbit, a small programmable computer that can be used in classrooms without internet access. Each of the 120 schools represented at the workshop will receive a kit containing 10 devices along with battery packs and USB cables. Organizers say the technology was chosen because it is affordable, portable, and can continue to function even when schools experience connectivity challenges following natural disasters.
This device can be used offline and online. So it's low tech, it's easy, it's not as bulky as, say, a computer or a tablet, and each child in a class can have access to it, can use it in their work, in their lesson, and it's multifaceted. It can be used for measurement, it can be used for sounds and music, it can be used for recording. So it serves a low-tech environment, but it also lends itself so that every child in a class can access it.
A major focus of the workshop was changing perceptions about what STEAM education really means.
It is activity rich. It is primarily about learning and not necessarily that it is activity centered. When we think about students getting some activities to do in class, you would notice that they're having a wonderful time, but when they are supposed to pull from that activity now to address particular concepts and skills and attitudes, these are usually missing.
Teachers who participated say the training has already changed how they plan to deliver lessons. Lead teacher at Petersfield High School, Everdeen Willocks, says he intends to share the knowledge gained with colleagues across different subject areas to better prepare students for life beyond the classroom.
Even at college and universities, we learn of the basic foundations towards a particular mentality, but having on the job or continuous information, it puts it into perspective. So, not just getting the base knowledge, you have a deeper information so you can present your lessons accordingly.
The initiative forms part of broader efforts to equip Jamaican students with the skills needed to thrive in an increasingly digital and technology-driven world. Aliyah Bryant, TVJ News.